Hello again and welcome to Paul's Racing Channel and to the Ultimate Racing League, and we finally made it to the final round of our GR3 Championship from League 1. We've reached this final round and we're in Germany at the Nürburgring with the combined Nordeschleife add-on as well. So all fun and games, it should lead to some great racing. So before we get this first race underway. There is only two races, by the way, tonight, only consisting of 3 laps each. Tyres will be soft all the way. So really just as they are, flat out all the way for the 2 races. So as I say, we've got some points to go through at the start of this round. I just want to say thanks also to our sponsor, Dubby Energy Drinks. As you know the score by now, just check those out at dubby.gg. And don't forget that discount code URL7. We've also got a special guest with us for this round, this final special event, if you like. And with me tonight is Mark Wilson, one of our other commentators. You'll know him as Slowpoke, as one of our drivers as well. He's with me, going to help me along on this one tonight. So, are you there, Mark?
Yeah, hi Paul. Yeah, it's good to be here, and I'm really looking forward to this because it'd be nice to actually see from your side of things as well as my own. So I might be able to talk you through some of, well, especially my crashes anyway. But we'll see if we catch them.
Well, yeah. Well, hopefully we can pick up as much action as we like. It's been pretty difficult round here. It's one line really all the way around this track, but we have got that GP kind of section to start with, so there might be a few moves made in there. So we'll see. Well, thank you anyway for coming along, Mark. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So let's get on with these points and going into this one. We have at the top, we've got Derg on 4.22, closely followed by Callum in 4.10. Now, them two really have been the two that have been fighting out all season. Not much in it at all. 12 points, in fact, going to these last 2 races. We've got Kenny in third on 3.84. He's only another sort of 26 points behind Callum, and Fitzy in fourth on 3.66, another 18. And then there's basically a big gap that back to Sideways George in fifth on 2.62. So there's your top 5. So it's really just between Derg, Callum, Kenny, and Fitzy. And to be honest, I think any one of those could still. It's probably Fitzy might be a little bit way off, but certainly the top 3 is still in with a chance of getting this championship. So it's going to be really good come race 2. So let's crack on with this race then, and I'll take you through the grid. So after the, we wasn't actually on any qualification. I was just about to say after qualification, but we didn't actually have a qualification on this one. This is just based on the championship points situation. So they're lined up as they are in the championship as we see it at the start of this race. We've got Derg in pole position. We've got Callum in second, Kenny in third, Fitzy in fourth, Sideways in fifth, Jerry sixth, Smoky Tom in seventh, Aussie in eighth, Slowpoke, here he is, in ninth, Biggie in 10th, Firepower in 11th, and Graham at the back there in 12th in that standard livery, like usual on here. Always picks out 1 or 2 cars as the standard liveries. I don't know why. Anyway, let's get this underway then. Let's get this underway, Mark, and let's see what fun and games we've got ahead of us. Here we go. Watch those lights. It's been quite a long holds recently, and another really long hold there.
They do seem to be getting longer. I've noticed that in most of the races.
Yeah, I don't know. They need to oil those buttons or something. Something's not happening right as they head down to this really, really tricky first right, left. And of course, slightly different because of it being the 24-hour. You wouldn't normally go left there, but this is the 24-hour section, so, or the GP section now as we go on to it. We know this one's pretty familiar with everybody. As usual, Derg out in front, followed by his teammate Kenny, who, remember, these top 4 here are the top 4 in the championship, and they're still there fighting it at the top of the race here.
Kenny's just been sitting there in the background, you know what, Paul? Most of the season, he's a very, very quick, very accomplished driver. And he's just been slightly overshadowed by Derg, I think, this season, but he's there and thereabouts all the time.
He is, yeah, and I found that he's he seems to. I know there's not 3 races tonight, but generally speaking, on the last rounds where we've had the 3 races, he's really picked up on that race 3 and he's come in with some really good results. He's won a couple as well. So for some reason, he leaves that final race and he gets some really good points from that. But yeah, doing well here so far. Callum's not had the best start, but that Audi's very slow off the line. Actually, that's been like that all season. So we'll see Fitzy.
Yes, it is. Firepower drives the Audi as well. I mean, I don't get to see much of Callum and the likes of Derg and Kenny and that. They're usually too far in front of me. But I've had a good battle with Firepower now, and he has been saying that Audi is very slow off the line. You really have to get it up to top speed to get anything out of it. And be
Callum gets swamped every time, every round. He's getting swamped on the line, and he gets taken by at least 3 people. It's difficult. Then he's got to fight his way through cars at the start of the race, and a bit of a battle. But we'll see how it goes here. As I say, it's one line pretty much round here, so it's going to be fairly difficult to pass. Really, you're relying on mistakes from drivers. As we head up over this little brow, 2 Mercs ahead.
I think this is one of those tracks. It doesn't matter how often you drive it, you'll never get used to it.
No, I agree.
You know, there's a lot of quick people, yourself included. There's a lot of quick people on this track, but I don't think you ever get used to it, and it will bite you if you're not careful.
No, I agree. It does take a lot of practice, obviously, but then it's, there we are. That's what this is all about. This is the beast, the green hell. To live up to its reputation now and then if you're not careful. Down this fast section now, it's almost straight line all the way through these kind of little kinks. Up now over this top of the rise into this left-hander. Brake about now, set it up for this next right sort of S section.
It's a very tough section
not one of your favourite sections, is it, Mark?
Not really, no. I usually don't bother going around that bit. I go straight across it. It's it's a tough part of the track.
It doesn't look it, but yeah, I know what you mean. It is very tricky. You think you can get to it.
Smokey Tom's up there as well. He's always in somebody's rearview mirror. Smokey Tom.
He does sniff around people's rear bumper. Yeah, absolutely.
He's a very quick guy, Smokey Tom, and I've noticed with Smokey as well, it doesn't matter whether he's on the softs or the mediums, he can still get the best out of that car.
Yeah, he can indeed. Yeah, he's I think he's pretty consistent. He's one of those drivers, pretty consistent. Don't have too many bad rounds, as you say. He's getting the best out of that NSX, and I don't think, well, certainly this season, this championship, he's been right up there. Some sideways there.
You said as well, it's a very tricky track to overtake on. So if you do manage to get onto the back of somebody, you've just got to sit there.
Yeah, absolutely. Derg, it would seem, has pulled out a nice little gap now over his teammate Kenny, but is he going to be playing a little bit of shotgun here? Perhaps Kenny's trying to keep Callum, obviously being Derg's closest rival on the points. Callum, if he can sit his car between him and Derg can get away and get maximum points here. That's the plan, but Callum is piling on the pressure along here as we see him now. This is an opportunity. He's quite straight along this bit. Well, it's as straight as he's going to get, but it's certainly a passing opportunity if you're in the right position, as we see Callum having a go now. If the camera comes back on, shocking camera work here. We see Callum, he's all over. Kenny's doing a great job keeping him behind him.
I think that may have been the plan in the briefing room before the race, that if Kenny can get himself in between Derg and Callum, then he's going to try and hold him up as long as he can.
He's done it before.
Like you say, doing a cracking job, isn't he?
He is, yeah. Got a lot to. Derg's got a lot to thank Kenny for on a couple of these races this season, because he has done a great job of doing the defensive work. Considering Kenny's up there as well, just remember he's not out of this championship either, so he's got points to get as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've got Fitzy just sitting in the background as well. He's not too far off of these guys, is he?
Here he is. No, it's all still the top 4.
And that Mustang has got some grunt, especially in a straight line. So if he can stay there before they get to the long back straight, He may even be able to make a move on Callum.
Yeah, if you can get yourself a little bit closer to Callum at some point, yeah. As I say, it doesn't take a lot to make a mistake round here. So one of them boys in front make a little error, and Fitzy will be right on their back, ready to pounce. So let's go through this. I'll go back to the starter or the leader and go through this field. So there's Derg getting out a lovely lead, courtesy of his teammate Kenny there, who's doing a great job of defensive work in second. Callum in third. It's Fitzy in fourth. He is catching him as well, Fitzy. So he's gaining on those two in front. We've got Smokey, Tom in fifth. Just going back a little bit, and he's got a little bit of pressure coming from behind from Sideways in that McLaren. Sideways looking pretty strong here, actually. So he's looking good there in sixth. Then his teammate Jerry in seventh. Bit of a gap back to him. It's a bit of a lonely race now, isn't he, Jerry? And then got Aussie, the next Mustang, and Slowpoke in ninth. So what was your feeling at this point, Mark? Was you just getting to grips with...
Well, this was just... my plan was just try and stay on track and to find yourself actually behind Aussie Rooster and in a bit of a race.
Go, you know what, I'm going to go on board with you, mate. You keep chatting, but yeah, I'm going to go on board with you. Here we go.
It was quite a surprise to actually find myself in a bit of a race, and I think Aussie said at one point he was holding me up, and yeah, he was. I felt that I was quicker than he was on certain sections, but not quite prepared to make that move.
He made a little mistake there, so let's see. Do you get close enough for him to get you? Mind you, we've got a bit of pressure from Graham behind now by the looks of it.
Yeah, Graham is a fantastic driver, and especially when he's behind you, he really knows how to put the pressure on. So yeah, and as I say, that Mustang has got some grunt in a straight line.
It's pulling away a little bit, isn't it? But Graham's having a look at you, so let's see what happens to Graham.
One eye
I'm going to switch to Graham a second.
I think I've just got a little bit more straight line speed than the Porsche.
You did, yeah. Great race back here, though. That's good racing.
But yeah, to find myself in a race at this point, it was quite a surprise actually. So it was just my plan was just to try and stay on track.
Well, yeah, you're doing a good job, and you're right up at the back of Aussie now. And made a little mistake there. That's going to give you a bit of an opportunity.
I might have got a run on him here actually.
I think you do, you know. And you're on the inside coming down to turn one, so you're in a good position.
So it's got some go in it, that Mustang, though.
Well, you're certainly giving each other plenty of room, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was a case of, like I say, stay on track. Let's not take anybody out.
It's Firepower in 11th. Not sure he's enjoying the fun of it at the moment. So, and actually, you know what? We've missed the move from Callum. Now, where did that take place? He's got past Kenny. Now, I'm going to go back as where I can just to see. Is it?
A bit further back than that, isn't it? It may have been on the straight.
It could have been. I don't think I'm going to catch it now. Well, anyway, Callum's got up to second spot. He might have got a good run, mightn't it? He's got through. I didn't realise they were so far down through that GP section, actually. But, well, yeah, Kenny's done a good job anyway up to that point. I mean, Derg, there he is. He's still got a lovely lead over Callum. So at the moment, I know we're only on lap 2, and it's obviously a long sort of 8-minute lap, give or take. It's a good position for Derg at the moment.
Well, maybe if Kenny can just stay on the back end of Callum, he can actually get that spot back from him.
Well, he's there, isn't he? Kenny will want to try and get that back if he can, obviously.
I've got to admit that it's a great looking car, isn't it, that Merc?
Yeah, it is, yeah. Got some real good lines on it, good design. Looks nice. Plus the livery as well looks cool.
Yeah, I think I was going to say, I said it on one of my comms chats, whoever's responsible for deliveries on these cars, they've done a fantastic job on them.
Yeah, very good, very good. It's Fitzy then. I think he's just losing touch a little bit. He don't know whether he made a little mistake somewhere. I'm not sure. He was catching Callum and Kenny, but
I think he may be just struggling a little bit through the corners. compared to the likes of Kenny and Callum, so that's why he's dropping off just a bit.
Maybe.
Obviously getting on a straight line, and he's going to make up ground.
Back to the next lot, and still Smokey and Sideways, but Sideways is certainly caught up to the back of Smokey now. Sideways has gone. Is it the wall? Front damage as well. Actually didn't come off too bad in terms of, at least he's facing the right way. Let's just go back and have a quick look at that. He just ran it off wide.
He did really well there to keep that going in the right direction.
Just a bit too hot in there. There you go. Just hits the barrier, but thankfully no one around him. Still pointing in the right direction, but obviously loses time. Bit of damage at the front as well. He'll be a bit frustrated with that because he was getting on the back of Smokey at that point.
He's had a good season so far, Sideways.
He has, yeah.
He's another quick, a very quick guy.
Another one who's good at doing the team stuff. He's very, very good teammate to have. He's obviously his teammate Jerry, and he knows exactly what the score is in terms of points, and if he thinks that Jerry's got something to play for, or vice versa, they will let them go, which is what it's all about, I guess, ultimately at the end of the day.
This is the trouble now we're hitting. Everybody's spreading out on this track. You start to lose a bit of concentration, and this is where the accidents and the mistakes start creeping in.
Well, the trouble is you're so focused on, obviously, as I say, I think I might have mentioned it on your channel, that by the way, Slowpoke Racing is where you want to go to see Mark's coverage of the other league or leagues. We tend to share out the love at the end of each season, so we have a go at sort of different leagues, but was covering one of the others, and there's a yellow flag now. What's this about? As we come into this section now, we've got a car off, it's a green. Didn't see anything there. Might be from an earlier incident perhaps, but it's cleared itself. But look at Slowpoke, look at yourself now.
Yeah,
up behind Ozzy, and
we're having a fantastic race around here, the three of us.
Like you're all attached by a bit of string here, a bit of rope. So close, but
so when you're in the car, you don't actually realise how close it is. I should probably make a mistake soon and spoil it, but there you go.
Looking good at the moment, all good.
You can see what I mean about Graham. He just piles the pressure on and he keeps it there.
Yeah, he does.
Very difficult to race against.
I haven't raced for him, to be fair, that much. I have raced for him before, but not that much, so obviously you'd know a lot more about him, being that you've had a season with him, or probably more than that, so you'd know a lot more about him than me, but he does tend to...
He's a very, very good racer. As I say, he puts the pressure on, he keeps it on, and it'll force you into mistakes. Ozzy doing a fantastic job, actually, of keeping us both behind him.
All you're doing is trying to pile on the pressure to him to let him make a mistake, clearly. So it's all about making the mistakes. Now, is that Jerry ahead? Or is he...
It is, yeah. I think we're catching him.
He's coming back into play with you guys, isn't he? Now, he's made a little mistake somewhere, because he's closer than what he was when we last came to him. So either you lot have been pushing a little harder, or I think he's made a slight error somewhere and he's just coming back into play with you lot. So this could become 4 cars very soon. So we watch Jerry coming around his right hander now. Now I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, up towards the carousel. It is, yeah. Bearings on the track there. Now my worst part of the track.
Yeah, you
carousel.
don't like
I hate this with a vengeance. So.
Oh, Ozzy. He took that very high as well.
Well, as I said, a couple of lines, isn't there? A low line or a high line, but you've got that horrible ridge in the middle, and that's what throws the cars off. That's what really I don't like about it. It's pushing there a little bit hot. So on track though, just Slowpoke. Let's just go back and have a look at our leaders, just to see. Say leaders, it's more like leader, isn't it? Look at this. And
he's got a good few seconds gap now, hasn't he?
Well, if anything, he is pulling away, isn't he? From Callum. Here, through this quick flat all the way.
Just unfortunately, we can't see the distance between the two, can
Well,
we?
there
In
it is
slight
roughly,
mistake
but
from Callum.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that is in terms of timing, but because the game doesn't tell us. But yeah, that's the gap there basically. So certainly not close enough to make any kind of move along this back straight, Callum. But
No, he's definitely pushing, isn't he?
yeah,
He's using every inch of the track and a little bit more.
as we head along this back straight or the long straight now before the end of the lap. This is starting the third and final lap shortly for some of these guys.
Well, I'm not sure the Audi's quite got the top end speed to keep up with that Merc or gain grounds on him. So,
Well, you say that Merc isn't that quick. It's not that quick in a straight line.
no,
It's pretty good off
that's
the
just,
line and it's good in the corners and stuff, but it's not actually got all that great a top speed. If I'm honest, having driven it,
oh,
it's not.
okay. So Callum could make grounds on him then.
He could if he gets close enough. Being obviously, well, we know all these drivers are talented, obviously, and we know that Callum will push, really push everything he can out of this Audi to get as close as he can. But
So Dirk with the current fastest lap at 8:13.
Yeah, 8:13.0. Kenny then still there in third. He's just dropping off a little bit, but looks like Fitz is coming back into play now. Is he? I don't know. Maybe he's just playing it cool. He said, "You know what? I'll leave it till the third and final lap and see if I can get Kenny then." But he's going to have to make a move soon. Get a bit close before you do reach the forest sections, because as we keep repeating ourselves, one line through there pretty much.
I think he's at that frustrating distance now, isn't he? He's not quite close enough, but he's within reach. And I think that's going to spur Fitzy on. We have seen him make mistakes in the past.
Yes, we have.
Let's just, like you say, I hope he takes a few deep breaths, keeps it calm.
His foot will be planted on that accelerator. Don't you worry about that. But it is frustrating when you can't get any more out of it, and you're thinking, come on.
I mean, Fitz is certainly quick enough and talented enough to catch up with Kenny. It's just if he can keep control of it.
Yeah, we've seen it before. We had a couple of frustrating rounds, and I think he just lost his head a little bit. I think he was just pushing too hard, and it just got to him, and obviously mistakes came into play, and then that was the end of that, and it just he lost.
Yes, I think
Position.
Sardinia? I think it was Sardinia, wasn't it? It was didn't
Possibly.
have a breakdown at Sardinia. I can't remember.
You probably got a better memory than me, mate. But I don't know.
I can remember things a while ago, but I can't remember what I did 2 minutes ago. That's the.
Yeah, well, kind of the same as me. Yeah, absolutely. I sometimes forget what my name is. Anyway, so it's sideways in fifth as we just about start into the Nordeschleife sections now, or the Nordeschleife layout. Now, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. You might know. I don't know, but I'm sure there's around about. This doesn't seem a lot to me, but I say I might be completely wrong. Answers on a postcard, but 40 odd corners on this section, on this Nordeschleife piece.
I don't know. I've heard anything up to
more
120. So I thought
it doesn't seem a lot, does it?
157, but
yeah,
it feels like that.
It does feel like more like 200, doesn't it, when you're on it?
But there's a lot. It just seems there's no straight bit apart from the actual back straight. Everything else is you're turning.
Yeah. Aussie in eighth, and this little battle still going on with Slowpoke and Graham, and Graham's just gone. Oh, who's that?
There.
That's Aussie's gone. Aussie's gone. He's made a mistake.
Yeah.
So he was out here in eighth. Now he's going to hit this curve, isn't he? Is he going to hit this curve, or is he going to run it wide? Oh, what happened there? Just kind of
back end just come round on him, didn't it? And he's on the grass there.
Yeah, it almost looked like the steering kind of went for some reason, but no, he's got it going.
I think the back end came round and he never really recovered from that, and then ended up on the grass, didn't he? The rear end caught on the grass.
Let's just have one more look at this. So he's out in front. It's not the best camera angles that it gives you here, but he's out in front here, and then he has a bit of a moment there, a bit of a twitch. just runs it off
Yeah,
wide, and
he
then
just runs it. As I say, he didn't quite recover from that twitch, did he? And
no. Oh well. So that tells
real
you.
shame as well. We were having a proper good battle there as well.
Well, you did actually call it, didn't you? That someone might make a mistake, and well,
Yeah,
there it is. Mind you,
yeah,
you
it was
was
a
there, so you probably knew anyway. But yeah, it's yeah, there you go. There's the mistake, and there's
it was a
firepower.
great battle as well.
I think firepower will concede this race. Maybe have a look on race two, because I think he might be near the start of the grid there on race two. We'll see. He'll have
Well,
another go there.
Firepower was saying that once race two is finished, sometime during the week, we're all invited to the ceremonial burning of the Audi. Um,
Well, I'm up for that,
he's,
even though I didn't drive it. But I'll have a look. I'll certainly be part of
he's
that
going
if
to
you want.
petrol bomb it and get rid of it.
Yeah, I don't. I think. Yeah, I think what's coming out of that is. I think he won't be too sad to see that go. Let's put it that way.
No, I don't think he
So,
will. He may even spill some of his precious vodka on it just to set it on at a
oh,
light.
no, I don't
But
know that is taking. I'm not sure it go quite that. He didn't hate it that much. So there's our leader, Derg. If we get back to the race, and I'm going to throw it out there now, and I always throw it out there, and I'm always wrong. But I'm going to still a long way to go, obviously, in this last lap. But I still think he's got this one wrapped up, Derg. It's a
he's
bold,
looking
it's a bold
comfortable,
thing to
isn't he?
say because there's still a lot of difficult corners to go. But
Well, he's not letting up, is he? He's just had another purple section, so he is still pushing. I mean, Callum's not that far behind.
no, he is. So he's not. But I just don't see him getting any closer now and on this section, unless he can really. I don't know.
I think it's going to take a mistake from Derg
Yeah, I think that is. I
for,
think that's the only way. I mean,
for
he's putting in fastest sectors, Callum, of course, but I think they both are, aren't they? So
yeah.
we'll
Yeah, I
see.
think
As you
I think
say,
the only I think you're right. The only way Callum's going to catch him now is if Derg makes a mistake.
let's see how
We
he's
shouldn't
like
say
through
that,
this
should
carousel, because we know the Merc's crap through here. So let's have a look. Well, crap for me anyway. He's done that pretty well as it goes.
Yeah, I think he's just
Track
took that
very well.
steady. I mean, we said
And
it
that's
the other
one.
night,
That's
didn't
one
we?
car I wouldn't want to go through the carousel in this Audi. I'm sorry, I just
The
wouldn't.
Audi.
My goodness.
So should we focus on him, because we did it the other night, didn't we? The commentator's curse. Every time we focused on a car, he tended to crash. So
Well, I'm not saying anything. I'm
no,
just going to keep. I just carry on with the racing. I'm not going to say that anyone driving well or anything like this. As we watch
well, I think
Kenny coming through.
Dirk, he's not. Oh, he is. Sorry, I was going to say he's not far from the back straight, but he's still got a few corners to go yet.
Yeah, still, got a little way to go. So Derg is. Let's go through this again. I don't think much has changed anyway in terms of. Well, actually, it has changed, and I think I've missed it, Mark. I think I've missed your move on Smokey. Go back. I don't know how. I'm not going to get it, am I? Oh well, sorry, mate. But we've missed your pass on Smokey or whatever it was there, because he was.
I can't remember it either.
Oh no, he wasn't. No, he was. Yeah, he
No,
was ahead of you
no.
all. Yes, he was. So he's dropped all the way back. So there he is. Look now, what's happened to
Oh,
Smokey?
I think he must have had a bit of a moment.
Let's have a look, shall we?
I think he must have had a bit of a moment.
Let's keep him
So
well
I'm
out of the way
already
of
past
Graham.
him. I think this is when Graham went by. He got it. He got it all wrong on the carousel, didn't he? Got his tyres on the grass on the exit, and that's allowed Graham through. And again on the.
I think it's still dirty, them tyres, I think it's still.
That's a shame for Smokey.
It is a shame because he was looking good. Tonight if he is now then, so a bit of a shame for him. It's Aussie who's obviously, he had that off, didn't he? Look at the scuffs on the front of that car, my goodness me.
There's some battle scars showing there, isn't there?
Yes, mind you, it's not hard around here, is it, to have some battles?
It's so frustrating that you've been racing for 20 plus minutes, everything's okay, and then you have that, like you said, that one split second ruins everything.
Absolutely. Right, well, back to our leaders. I don't know. He's going to get this. He's obviously got this wrapped up now. He's just another fastest sector for Derg. I wouldn't be so well. He will beat his fastest lap here of the 8:13.0. There's no doubt about that. It's about 1.5 seconds up at that point, I think it was. So should well be in the 11s here. Certainly the 12s. We'll see what he's like in his final sector. We'll stay with him now because this is the final lap. He's going to come up to the line very soon. This is not the easiest little bit either, this final little...
It isn't, is it? You've got to try and get that car slowed down enough to make those final turns after that long straight, but
there he is.
made it look easy.
Coming over. Congratulations to Derg. Yeah, an 8:10 in fact, so in the 10s. Brilliant.
Wow.
Callum, second. Good racing though from these all season really. Kenny, good third for him.
See, Callum and Kenny got a 8:11s.
Yeah. Fitzy just let go in the end there, didn't it? He just, whatever reason, just didn't quite have enough in the end.
He'll be pleased with that, fourth, I'm sure.
Yeah, he will be, but I think he'll still be a little bit frustrated knowing that he was gaining on Kenny at one point or the group, and it just went backwards a little bit there, but sideways there in fifth. So we watch his teammate now. Some way back is Jerry coming down this final couple of corners now. He'll take that though, Jerry, 6th place, that's for sure. So 6th for Jerry. Get a flash of the lights? Or?
Yeah, I couldn't quite get close enough to him.
There's Slowpoke in 7th, that's a good result, and a flash of the lights, like it. And then Graham, who will have his livery on for race 2, you can bet your life on that. Comes in 8th. Then we've got the others, the other couple where is here, as we see Aussie Rooster in 9th. We've lost Smoky Tom. So for some reason he's gone, so maybe that was part of the reason why, because we've only got the 10 cars now, so he's had a disconnect or something, Smoky Tom.
Yeah, I think Smoky Tom, he's got internet issues.
So, that's not how you finish the lap, but well, he's kept it going as Firepower in 10th spot. So there's your race 1, got one more to come, and a bit later in the day, the second race. Join me for that, or me and Mark for that, and we'll see you very soon. Thanks for watching.